Chapter 16. Chinchurros. Sergio said we should stop at a chinchurro after he drops off the plantains. Angela and Hilda can check out the place, and maybe you and your mom can talk, Sergio says, looking at us both. Yes, she says, okay. I've had a lot of time to think in the silence, but I still don't talk. I'm not sure I have the words right yet. My skin feels prickly, like the spikes from a dragon fruit are rolling up and down my arm. I dig out the rambutan fruit Sergio gave me. It's not as bright orange as it was yesterday. It's turned a little brown. I'm not ready to eat this thing. I'll put it back in my bag and stare out the window. I feel awful. We drive through the mountains toward the little towns where these food and drink shacks line the dirt roads. We stop at a farm and Sergio takes out the cases of plantains to deliver. Be right back, he says, leaving the engine running. Charlie and Maria play I Spy. My mom just stares out the window. Angela's asleep on Hilda as Hilda quietly rests her head against the car window. I guess they made up or something. I wonder if twins have some kind of internal communication thing where they can apologize to each other without having to say anything. I wish Charlie and my mom could read my mind right now. Charlie has been calling me Slugworth since we left Dharma's. He doesn't say anything else, just Slugworth, 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 while he takes in the scenery he missed when he fell asleep on the way up here yesterday. Sergio returns and then waves to the old guy who just bought the produce. Soon we're back on the road and heading to the highway again. We exit onto a small path and Sergio pulls over next to a tiny shack. It looks like it's been abandoned for years. This is Archie's, Sergio says. Your dad and I used to hang out here. We all step out, and Angela and Hilda hurry inside. My mom and Charlie scope out the scene. Charlie says it looks like a cowboy movie. You're right, sweetie, Mom says. Let's go explore inside. I still don't understand what has made my mom so adventurous. Back home, she's always rushing around, stressing, working double shifts. A few days here, and she seems carefree, like nothing has ever bothered her in her life. I've never seen you so excited to do stuff like this, Mom. It's the first thing I say to her after what happened at the farm. Maybe I should have started with something else. I think Sergio senses that we're going to talk, so he takes Charlie and Maria inside to meet up with Angela and Hilda. My mom pauses and looks me in the eyes. We're together in a different place, she says. Why shouldn't I feel excited? She's right. I can't be mad at her because she wants to be happy. She deserves that. Mom, I'm sorry about saying that stuff at the farm. To be honest, Marcus, what you said, it hurt. A lot. I know, I say. I just feel angry sometimes. And I don't like this new habit of pounding on things when you get upset. That's not you, Marcus. It's this whole dad thing. It's got you all wound up. Maybe she's right. Maybe I've just been bottling up this thing about my dad for a long time. I don't know. What I do know is that I messed up. I just want things to be normal again. I shouldn't have said those things, Mom. You don't deserve that. There are two things in this world that matter to me most. You and your brother. I nod. Believe it or not, I'm trying to protect you. I just don't want you to get your hopes up, to get hurt. But Dharma made me understand that this is something you need to do, have to do. You deserve a chance to talk to him. She squints her eyes. I can't tell if it's the sun beaming down on her or that she's actually smiling. Can I hug you now? I ask. She opens her arms. She laughs and opens her arms out. Always. We hug, and then she puts her arm around my waist and pats my side. Come on, she says, leading us to the place Sergio and Hilda call the Chinchurro. It's a little trailer with banners hanging from it displaying Coke ads and a sign that says, Bienvenido. Charlie and Maria come out carrying a few cans of something called Coco Rico. Charlie hands one to me. Ready to be a good guy, Slugworth? He says. Yeah, man, I say. I am. I open the can and take a sip. The fizz and coconut taste are instantly popular with my taste buds. Another sip turns into a gulp, and soon it's almost gone. I toss the can in the garbage and head inside with my mom, Charlie, and Maria. The place is pretty dark, and even though there are a few lazy fans spinning overhead, it's still pretty humid inside. I move around them, careful not to hit myself. Angela and Hilda chat at the far end of the bar with the ladies serving beverages, while Sergio talks to a tall guy with chest hair that puffs out from his tank top. Maria selects some music from an old jukebox in the corner, while my mom and Charlie take seats on one of the high tables in the middle of the room. A few people start grooving on the makeshift dance floor, which inspires Angela and Hilda to leave the bar area. In all this commotion, I don't notice Sergio approach. He says the guy he was talking to is Archie. This must be his place. "The last time your dad was here was about 2 years ago," Sergio says. "Did Archie say what he was doing?" "He said your dad was trying to set up a chinchorro tour for people visiting Puerto Rico. He asked Archie if he wanted to pay to have his chinchorro listed as one of the stops." "Seems like a good business," I say. "These places are pretty cool." "It's a great idea," Sergio says. "Your dad has never had trouble with great ideas." Seems like my dad tries a whole bunch of things, but he never seems to finish any of them. Maybe he's been trying to start all these businesses over the years to make some money doing something he's good at. I understand that. But to be gone so long? That's what I don't get. "I can call Tio Pepe," Sergio says, interrupting my thoughts. "Tio Dharma said your dad and him stay in touch occasionally." "I don't want you to have to keep driving us around, Sergio," I say. "You've already helped a lot." "Marcus," he says, "your family. Entiendes?" I nod. I understand. At least I'm starting to. Sergio gets up and makes a call while I sit silently for a moment. My mom orders more Coco Rico for everyone. I gulp it down quick again. I tilt the can to try to catch the remaining drops. This is good. Sergio sits back down and puts his phone on the table. Tio Pepe is very excited we're going to visit him in Manati. He'll try to send word for your dad to come as well, and he's planning on roasting pernil. "What's that?" Charlie asks. "Pork," he says. "It's delicious." "Remind me," my mom says, "Tio Pepe is the uncle with the house on the beach?" "Si," Sergio confirms. "How many family members do you have?" I ask. We have a lot," he says. "Tio Pepe is more like a distant cousin, though, but he's family, like you." Sergio pats my back. It's still weird to think about. "We should get going," Sergio says. "It's a bit of a drive." Tio Dharma says Tio Pepe and my dad stay in touch. Maybe he's actually going to come. Before we leave the chinchorro for good, I take out Danny's camera again. I snap pictures of Archie's old jukebox. I snap pictures of the Coco Frio sign above the little bar. Snap. Snap. "It will be late by the time we get there," Sergio says, "but you're going to love Tio Pepe's house." "Thank you, Sergio," I say. "I know this is important to you," he says. "Yeah." "Can I at least pay for gas money?" My mom tries to hand some cash to Sergio. "Your money is no good here," he says. "But the guidebook says the money in Puerto Rico is exactly the same as the rest of the United States," I say, confused. "It is," Sergio says, refusing my mom's money. "But this is something I wish to do for my family." Angela and Hilda approach the truck and take Charlie by the hand. "I know you need to study, Angela," Hilda says. "We could take a cab back to Tio Herminio's house when we get to Manati." "No way! Aventura!" Angela says, squeezing Charlie. "Adventure!" Charlie says, smiling from ear to ear. Is my brother speaking German now?